Hey, what's going on, everybody? X-Landscaper here, back with another video. And today what I'm going to be doing is changing the oil on the Yamaha F115 4-stroke. So stay tuned. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing is just a little bit of maintenance here, just changing the oil and fuel filters. So the oil I'm going to be using is Mobil 1 1040 fuel filter. For there's going to be two fuel filters on this on my boat. There's one that's going to be actually inside the inside here, which I'll show you in a second, and then there's your main fuel water separator. You guys want to pause it, take the part number down. Supposedly there's a shortage of these things, but I bought a bunch a couple years ago, so I have plenty. Here's your fuel filter part number, and here's your oil filter. All right, so it's easy. I made a video on this kind of before, but I didn't show you guys how to change the fuel filters. Really simple, but I'll walk you guys through it anyway. So first thing you're gonna do is get the boat or your engine, wherever it may be, near a hose. Get your muffs started up, warm it up, get it up to temperature, and then start draining the oil. So I'll get the muffs on, start it up, and we'll drain the oil. Gimbal's going all over the place here, sorry. Little latch in the back, and this cover comes off. I need two hands, but just lift it off. And all right, so cover's off. This is the inside of the engine. As you can see, it's pretty clean, looks pretty good. Here's that small little filter that we're going to be changing, but first we're going to be just draining the oil. Like I said, I went over this in my other video. There's two ways really you could do it. There's a bolt up in here, and that drains it. You need a little crush washer to put that back. We can probably reuse the old one, but no leaks. What I do is I pull the dipstick right here, and I just use I use a vacuum pump. And for me, I find that a little bit easier. It kind of it's less messy. So all right, so for me, I just stick this tube right down in the hole that gets to the bottom of the crankcase. Give this a couple pumps, and it's gonna start the vac. All right, so a couple pumps, starts it siphon. You can see the oil coming down the tube here, coming up the tube. And starting to fill. So that's it. All right, so while that oil is draining, might as well go ahead and change this filter. So when you take this off, basically just this plastic piece unscrews, but there's a little wire attached to the bottom, and it's attached right here. You just got to make sure you don't twist it, because you'll break these things off. It's like 130 bucks for this little sensor. So what I like to do is just take this, just a pin, push pin clip. If I could do one-handed, there we go. All right, that's it. See, now this is off, and we could just go ahead and unscrew this. I'm gonna need two hands, but unscrew it, and then I'll show you what it looks like when once it's out. You guys can see in there. And here's that little filter. That's it. That's all this little guy is. Just set that right there and show you what the new one looks like and what the old one looks like next to it. All right, so there you go. New one, old one. This just presses up in there. There's a little O-ring, you can see it. I'm gonna dump this gas out, what's in here, just in case there's any sediment or anything, any crap, but it looks pretty damn clean. And yeah, easy. All right, so that's all cleaned out. There was this one little piece of something in there, but not bad. Like I said, I change these filters regularly, as should you. It's easy to do, and you're gonna save yourself a ton of money if you're bringing it to the marina to have them do this. This is something like, just this regular service here is like 300 bucks, which is ridiculous. But I understand they got to make money, but that's why I do things myself, and I'm showing you guys how to do it. So here we go. This just simply screws back on. There's just a little, like I said, I unclip it so it doesn't, you don't break this wire right here. As you can see, it's even twisted up. Just gonna stick that back in here. And you're going to spin it on. Just like I said, be careful of that wire. It's gonna want to spin with it, so just let it do its thing. Kind of need two hands because it's like a hold the camera here, it's awkward. But you get the point. Screw it on. Make sure it's straight. This goes back through here, and then it clips back in the blue clip. That's it. Not too bad, right? I think that filter's like 20 bucks too, so it's whatever, it's cheap insurance. There's your part number for it. Another little thing I like about these pumps, these little oil extractors, that's 3 quarts right there. You could stop it. I mean, this engine takes 4 quarts. This is a small one. This is one I had for like you know, motorcycle or a jet ski or whatever. I used to use it for my jet ski. But this engine takes 4 quarts, just roughly, and this is 3 quarts here, so I'm just gonna dump it out, and then you know, it should take 1 more quart and good to go. So I'm just gonna dump this out, and then we'll finish sucking it up and pretty much button this thing up. It's pretty quick, it's not bad. There it goes. See, it's starting to fill up already. Said it's makes your life a lot easier than just draining it through that drain bolt. Just make sure that thing is all the way down in the case, crankcase, and it'll suck pretty much everything out. So yeah. All right, next thing, we're gonna remove this filter. This thing is kind of a pain in the ass. It's gonna get oil all over the place, but I had somebody gave me a tip, and what they said to do is punch a hole in it right here, like a screwdriver, a punch or something. Get a little piece of foil and kind of direct the oil to go out. But there's a little bit of salt crystals on my engine, so I might just, you know, I don't know if you guys can see that. Little chunkies here, so I might spray this engine off anyway. So I think I'm not even going to worry about it. We're just going to unscrew it and you know, replace it just the regular way. So we'll go ahead and do that now. It's not on here tight, but like I said, I spray the engine with silicone spray, so it's really slick. And like I said, oil is going to go all over the place, but I really don't care at the moment because I'm going to spray the engine down. That's it, just unscrew it. This goes in the pan. And the new filter goes on. I'm gonna need 2 hands. Just make sure you lube this gasket up. Looks like it's got some grease on it already, so yeah, it's already pre-lubed. That's it. Just screw it on, hand tight, and fill her up with oil. So I need, like I said, I need 2 hands, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera because It's not hard to do. Right there. Boom. Screw it on. Easy. Alright, so oil's finished up. Oil filter's on. Drain plug is, what do you call it, in. The oil fill cap. There you go. This comes off. Screws. Set that off to the side. Now, on your particular engine, you can take a screenshot. This is mine. This is 115. Takes 3.9 quarts with the filter change. So 4 quarts. I usually just stuff the thing in there, and what I do is tilt this back a hair. So that's where it's going to sit. I'm going to dump 4 quarts in. You can get into the debate of what oil to use. You want to use Yamaha pube, you want to use whatever oil. I've been having luck with Mobil 1. I usually use 1030, but they had 1040 high mileage on sale. This just has a little bit more zinc. Like I said, I'm not going to get into the topic of what oil you should use. Change the oil and you're fine. That's all I got to say. So I'm going to go ahead and add 4 quarts. I need 2 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. And then I'll go ahead and spray this thing down with some Salt X. Salt away. Oil's in. Fill cap is going back on. Just finger tight. That's good. All right, so yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit of crust in here. Sometimes the salt spray gets underneath the engine, it gets pushed in. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her a salt away bath. All right, so that's all cleaned up. Sprayed it all down. It's soaking wet now. So what I'm gonna do is start it back up, burn it, warm it up so it burns off a little bit. Got the muffs back on. Set you guys up right here. Start her up. Now's a good time. You can check for oil leaks and stuff like that, but I know we're pretty good. So we'll let that sit for a couple minutes, let it get warmed up. Change the fuel filter, change the lower unit, check the oil. We should be good to go. All right, so here we are, we're on top of the boat. This thing's still running. It's drying up pretty good. I might as well show you guys how I fog this thing. So you're just gonna get some fogging oil, and it's gonna go through the intake right here. So I had a very, very, very nice comment on one of my last videos when I showed you guys how to fog an outboard engine here. So this is specifically for this one asshole. This gets sprayed in there, your intake, till it stalls. That's it. Not that hard. That's what's gonna happen. Alright? Not too hard. There's a couple ways to do it. This is the way the manual and Yamaha says to do it. Some people don't fog them. Some people fog them through the fuel until it smokes, and some people fog them through the intake. I fog it through the intake. There's debates all over the computer. Listen, this is the way I do it. If you don't like it, don't do it, do something else. So while the engine's running, I'm just gonna blast some of the fogging oil right through the intake screen until it starts to sputter and smoke. Do that a couple times, and I'll blast it out until it stalls out. So I'll just set you guys up and I'll show you how to do it. It's really easy. Just stick it in there and spray away. Short bursts. It'll start fogging. There we go. The engine didn't quite stall, but it was sputtering pretty good. So I know that the the cylinders are coated pretty nicely in there. All right, so that's the filter I'm going to be changing. That's your primary filter. For me, I'm going to go ahead and just gets a couple rags, towels or whatever, put them down there. This shouldn't be, I changed this last year, shouldn't be too tight, and it's not. You are going to drip some fuel though. Try to do it without spilling as much as I can here. See what I mean? Just a little bit came out. Not bad though. Alright, go ahead and get a new filter. Spin around. Hand tight. That's it. And I wrote my hours on it already, so I know 424 hours, and it's November of 22. So that's it for in here. Just spray the whole thing down. That's it. Spray everything. Try not to get it in the belt because it'll let the birds out in there. All right, low unit, change the oil here. It's just a screw there, screw up top there, simple. Just take the bottom one off first, creates an airlock, unscrew the top, and then it'll start pissing out. So, all right, so that's down to just a trickle. So go ahead, put this on here, pump her up. And there you go. So it's starting to come out. Keep pumping it up until the bubbles come out. seems pretty good. All right, so now that the oil's all filled up back in the gear case, I'm gonna go ahead and take this prop off. So it's real simple. It's just the one prop nut right there and a cotter key. All right, so castle out the whatchamacallit's out, the cotter pin. Just gonna put your socket on there. Just shove a piece of wood in there because the prop's gonna spin. You need something to hold it counterclockwise. That nut comes off, prop should come right off. I broke it loose. This just unscrews. Set that off to the side. And there you go. Prop comes right out. Alright, so stuff your favorite marine grease in these splines. I like to fill them up. So no water sits in there. All right, there we go. Get a castle nut here. All right, that's where that block of wood. If you have a second person, you could hold this prop, but as you want to spin the bolt, the prop's going to spin. So you stuff that piece of wood up in here against the lower unit, and you'll be able to tighten it up with no problem. Need two hands, not that hard. Piece of wood wedged up in there like that, and there's your little trick. All right, so when you're done, like I said, you just tighten up your castle nut. You don't have to gorilla monkey wrench this freaking thing on. Just, you know, tight enough that it's you know, snug, and then just tighten it a hair more, and you're gonna line up. There's a hole for your cotter pin, and your cotter pin should look like that when it's done. Just one side. This thing's focusing or not, but just so it doesn't back out, and then you'll be all right. See it? There you go. Perfect. Yeah, just make sure it spins nice and free, and that's it. You're good to go. So yeah, I guess just that wraps up this basic maintenance, oil change and fuel filters and lower unit for the Yamaha F115. If you guys got any questions, shoot me an email or leave a comment down below. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, like, and I'll see you guys on the next one.